So I have some very, very interesting energies here. I definitely feel that for a lot of you, you're scrapping away a lot of old things from your life and you're planning a new start. Okay, for a lot of you, this can be a new work situation in which you are branching out, trying to find work that is more emotionally fulfilling, that can also pay you adequately, whatever it is, the amount that you feel you deserve. So I definitely feel that this is a no nonsense type of energy coming in for some of you. There might be several projects that you just recently wrapped up and you're waiting on the money to come in. Say that the year is more other focus, and it is focused very, very much on people from the past. I have a lot of cup energies with family members and even loved ones. And I definitely feel that communication, the things that you say, how you express yourself, and holding back a little bit would be better for you because of all these swords energy. All right, so we're very supportive of once upon a time, that you have cared for a great deal once upon a time, and you feel as if this person is just not where they are in life, their emotional outlook, their emotional maturity level. You feel that they might be lacking, and you are looking for somebody who is a little bit more seasoned. Okay, so a lot of you might be involved with somebody who is significantly younger, either physically or just emotionally, and you're turning your back on this person. So I feel like this is somebody that, or it is somebody who's very spirited. It is somebody, I feel, that is of a different cultural ethnic group than you as well. So you're turning your back on this, and you are going towards somebody else who is a lot more emotionally mature, who is more methodical, and who overall just has a very good sense when it comes to their ability to think, their ability to rationalize, and somebody who has a good balance between their emotions and their mind. So a lot of you might have two potential candidates that who are vying for your attention. One of them I'm sensing is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The other one is showing up as a water sign, as Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Now, the thing about this water sign is that I feel that it's a good complementarity. You both balance each other out pretty well, because I feel that it's difficult for you to connect with this air sign, and you want more of an intellectual, or excuse me, an emotional rapport. You want more of an emotional rapport from your interpersonal relationships. So a lot of you might just go ahead with that water sign comes the springtime. And what I do feel is there is an element of trust issues coming in with the air sign, and I don't know how this is going to play out for you all individually, but I do feel that they're showing up in the upright position. So this is a very important thing for you both to work through. If I feel that the misunderstandings, trust issues, and things like that, it's an ongoing issue, and it needs to definitely be addressed, and you really want to keep that in mind. Okay, if this is somebody in your work environment, show you that they are in fact honorable, and just they're there for you. All right, but overall, the situation with the water sign looks very, very stable. There is a mutual rapport. There aren't that many problems when it comes to communication. So I definitely feel that is also an alternative that you should pursue. Now, in terms of the second quarter of the year, I definitely feel a lot of emotional contentment coming in for you. We're starting out with a lot of energies where there's dating, there's communication, and I do feel a lot of communication on via social networking sites, and just electronic communication, text messages, and things like that coming through. And especially this is the month in which you can leave your work behind. And I feel that for this year, a lot of you have realized that you've been workaholics in the past, and you're making more of a concerted effort to balance out your life, balance out the work and play, and balancing out the emotional and professional aspects of your life. You're seeking more emotional fulfillment from your relationship, and you're spending more quality time with children, with people who are important to you, and you're starting to realize that time is very accelerated. So you want to make the most of it before, we all perish, and before we become too old and we are lacking the good health in order to spend with our family members. So there's more of a joie de vivre, and basically seizing like seize the day type of energy coming through for you, where you are taking initiative. Okay, so it's a great second half of the that. I want you to be very, very careful when it comes to communication, especially on the work front. We do have here the Three of Pentacles reverse, which means a collaboration, a work deal, something that was struck, a deal with possibly with two other people. And I do feel greatly that it is in a work environment, okay? And especially if you are dealing with an air sign in a work environment. I don't know how this is going to play out specifically for all of you, because the air sign is showing up as a knight and a Knight of Swords, but I do feel that you might just want to be very, very careful with communication with this air sign. Be also very careful when it comes to travels and overexerting yourself. So this means, I feel like for a lot of you there, it can be just like heat exhaustion, frostbite, if you're even traveling to, anywhere. Careful about the element. I'm sensing, drastic temperature changes, very severe fevers and things like that. I do feel somebody is there to help you, to like nurse you back to health, but you're just like not even going to be aware of it. And I do feel it could just be your kind of in a daze. They come in and out, and they, nurse you back to health, and then they're gone and you don't even feel it. So I definitely feel that there is a very, very major shift in temperature, drastic, extreme temperature changes. So if you are anticipating any type of an expedition where you are going somewhere where, the temperature is very extreme, just be very careful. Get, proper gear, equipment, and get proper gear, equipment, and, I don't know how you can prepare for one of these major expeditions, but you know what you need to do. So just be very careful about that. If for those of you who are doing this, for those of you who are doing this, especially for a work situation, I do sense that, it might have started with like 3 people, and then one of them got sick, and then the other one and you are kind of like stuck on your own, and then the person that got sick was like the logistics man. So you might be a little bit stuck in the expedition or as a result of this trip. But I definitely feel an element of very, very extreme temperature changes. So for those of you who are traveling, who are anticipating something like this, just, send me a message, let me know, okay? Because I do feel that you just want to be very careful here. I'm getting here the Ten of Swords as well as the Seven of Swords, and these are not good cards coming in together. It indicates some kind of wrongdoing from one party, some kind of mistake coming through that can have, ramifications. So you just want to be very careful about this. So moving on towards the third quarter, we do have here very, very beautiful cards indicative of somebody showing up from your past, okay? And once again, this is showing up as the Six of Cups and the Queen of Swords, and also the Seven of Cups, which indicates fantasy being brought to light. It's basically that whatever you were dreaming of, whatever you were pining over for the past 2 quarters of the year, things are coming. It's sort of like your fruit is your wish is being granted. It's watching things coming in for the third quarter, where not only are you able to formulate your plans, you're able to execute them. So projects are falling into place. Relationships are getting more of a smooth over. So whatever situation that has been brewing in the past that has been pretty stagnant, or that has been proven to be full of friction and just, jarring, especially interpersonal communication with you and other people, there's definitely some smoothing over in all aspects of your life. And I also feel that There is a truce reach with you and another person, and I do feel it could be a relationship partner that you have children with. It can be somebody from your past you have children with, relationships in the household environment, because the Six of Cups does also indicate, a family, children, a home, and it can just be family members as well. People we have a very, very strong deep karmic connection with that we can't really sever. And I usually associate that with, usually it's family members, people we're married to, and especially people we have children with. So it is showing up in very favorable positions. So I do feel that for a lot of you, whatever relationship has been difficult, they're definitely going to be straightened out. I also feel as well that somebody in your household needs some help, okay? And usually they're very proud, and they don't, this might have been somebody that might have said things against you, or they might have held a grudge against you, or you might have held a grudge against them in the past. I do feel that there's some kind of calamity going on in their lives. It could be a water sign or an air sign as well. So some calamity is going on in their lives, and they're afraid to reach out to you because of the past history that you share. You sense it. And I feel that a lot of you are, the bigger person here. You're coming in and you're helping them, and you don't care if they ask for it, or you don't care if you're going to get the recognition for it. You're helping them. You're letting your pride down, and you realize that this other person has a very, very big ego. They have a lot of pride, and they are afraid to reach out to you, even though they really desperately need help, and this is a situation that they need help with. So you're coming in, you're becoming the bigger person, and you're going to, do it because you feel like it's the right thing, and you want them to be okay, and you don't even care if you're going to get acknowledged for it. So this is a very beautiful, healing, therapeutic energy that is very conducive for reconciliation. Now, with this person that you're coming in to help, I do feel that you definitely can reconcile, but I do sense that it's very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable relationship. So maybe the timing is not right now, or maybe, you do whatever you need to do to help them, and then wait for them to come around, because I feel that there is some type of juncture or some type of critical turnaround in their mentality, in the way that they think, and they're going to be able to really appreciate not only your efforts, but the unassuming manner in which you're able to go out of your way to help them. So I feel that, just let the situation be for now, and it will come around, and it will be smoothed out, okay? So there's a serious smoothing out in all aspects of your life, especially when it comes to family, love relationships, and also finances as well. So this is a very, very good time the in your midst, and I feel that for a lot of you, this can be a romantic partner that you have had history with. There is some type of a clandestine element associated with it. It's sort of like offers being made, deals being struck behind the scenes, okay? I feel that your intentions are very pure, their intentions are very pure, but for some reason there is some element of clandestine it's just some element of things being kept behind the scene. Maybe this is a new relationship and you're trying to approach it in a very delicate manner. So you're not telling people about it. But I do feel like it's covered up. It's covered up by beautiful things. So I don't feel there's any dangers or any harms associated with it. But I do have Six of Cups right next to the Seven of Cups, which indicates a very beautiful sensual, and also that ideal relationship. But the Seven of Cups can also indicate fantasies and mirages and things that are not built on solid footing. So take it slow, and I do feel for a lot of you, you're taking it slow, and it can be with water sign or air sign as well. Now, coming into the fourth quarter and towards the end of this year, we have a little bit of gossip coming through, all right? And it's showing up as the Three of Cups, and this is not a favorite card of mine. I definitely feel that some situations in your life, you're getting some kind of judgment. People are judging you, and people are kind of like looking at you and just like, what were you thinking? And you likewise can look at a situation, especially when it comes to the women in your life. I feel a lot of feminine energies coming through, and this can be coworkers or just relatives. But I do feel that there are people that they're getting snippets of information and they're making value judgment. And they really shouldn't interfere, but I definitely feel them interfering. For a lot of you who are involved with, a lot of you might be involved with somebody who has children, who was married, and you might be going back to this person, and your friends and family members and things like that around you are kind of standing in your way, or at least they're asking you, like, is this something that you sure you want to do? A lot of you might be in that type of situation. And a lot of you too might be thinking about, an ex-partner. If you have broken up for this year, okay, if you have broken up with a significant other this year, I do feel that you might be under the radar, slipping away in the middle of the night, going back to this other person. And that's why you're getting the admonition, the judgment. So the thing here is, I do feel, when it comes to the whole, and I explained this in one of my videos, the whole Sagittarius, Saturn transiting Sagittarius. We have to live an authentic life. We have to do things that are true to our own values. So the thing about this here is, this is a very important year that is all about authenticity, okay, for across all the signs. But I do feel for you guys, Virgos, it is going to be very important for you to try to understand what this means, okay? And what I mean by that is that we're all responsible adults, and we try to be responsible adults. And when you become an adult, or if you call yourself an adult, it means that you make decisions for yourself. They can be right or wrong, and you usually don't know. We try to do our best, but we usually don't know if it's a right or wrong choice. But either way, we make decisions for ourselves. We live and learn. Now, the thing that is coming in for the fourth quarter is, I do feel that there's something that you shouldn't do, and you're doing it. But this is your life. So regardless of what other people are saying, this is your life. And if you were to deny that aspect of you, then you wouldn't be living in your truth, in your own sense of authenticity. So the point here is that don't be ashamed of what you're doing. If this is something that you want, and you're sneaking away, or the other person is sneaking away and doing it in under the cover of darkness, it's because there is that element of shame associated with it. But like I said, we are all responsible adults. We know what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to. If you know it's wrong and you still want to do it, you don't need to justify to anybody, okay? You don't need to justify to anybody. But, just be careful about actions and consequences. That is something that is real, and we need to take heed too. But being an adult is to own up to your actions, all right? So that is something that you need to keep your eyes on, because I feel for a majority of you, this situation is playing out in the second quarter. And then for others of you, it is playing out in the end of the year. But I definitely feel that there are great emotions involved, and the emotions are very positive. So how can you deny yourself a situation if the emotions themselves are very positive, or very enlightening, are allowing you to operate on a higher vibration? So what I'm sensing is, other people might not understand it, but they are not living your life. They are not walking in your shoes. So try your best to, figure this one out on your own, because the ones around you might not have the insights, or they're just not involved in the situation to really understand. Once again, that these are major months that you really need to keep an eye out for, okay? So the first is going to be, so I do feel that you are going to, this is a major, major life journey for you. Somebody, or you're seeing somebody who is physically younger than you, but also very emotionally on your level. So they could just be an old soul. And you're trying to find a way to make this work. And I feel that coming in for the end of this year is still that whole process of, I know this is right, but this is a situation that requires a lot of changes in my life. So this can be, a situation where you come together with somebody else and you might decide to have children, and you might decide like, okay, well, if we're going to get serious, then it indicates to me that I'm going to have to drastically change my life in order to accommodate the other person, and they likewise have to do the same for me. So I feel that this is a situation where you are starting to think about long-term commitment, rearranging your life in order to accommodate another person. I feel that a lot of you have done it in the past and things didn't work out. And now moving forward, it's not that you're getting cold feet. You are very, very capable and you have great insights and problem solving skills. And when you choose to do something, but I definitely feel that you're kind of wondering if this person is the one, and you're wondering, I thought I had the one in the past and it didn't work out that way. So what am I doing here with another similar situation? Or, I don't know if this person is willing to accommodate me the way that I'm accommodating them. So there are some serious discussions that need to be had. And I just want to say that do not be afraid. Say whatever it is that you need to say. Get your point across. Because when it comes to relationships, over analyzing and over explaining things is always better than miscommunication. So that is my advice for you for the last quarter of the year. And throughout this year, I do feel one of the main energy is to be authentic, to stand firm in your truth, to stick by your truth, even though other people might not see eye to eyes with you. So that is something I really want you to be careful about. Just keep an eye out for, problematic situations, okay? Plan things out very, very well before you take a trip, all right? And for those of you taking a trip, just message me. I will talk to you soon. Take care of yourself, Virgos. Bye-bye.